Hi guys, I'm Shmee. Hello, welcome back to the channel and welcome today to Silverstone, where I'm joining Greystone GT today with my Ford GT. And that, by the way, coincidental timing, is my old 675LT coupe. There are some amazing cars here today for an epic day of fun on the full Grand Prix circuit. So as well as the Ford GT, we're also joined by the likes of a McLaren Senna, 675LT, 720Ss, Speciale, plenty more, even some race cars, including a McLaren P1 GTR. You get the point. Greystone GT with a fantastic lineup, and yes, I think this is going to be quite a fun day ahead. So I'm looking forward to showing you what the Ford GT is like when we take it out for a drive on the full Formula 1 Grand Prix track here at the home of motorsport. Now I've taken the GT at the Nurburgring, also at the Nurburgring GP. This is number 3, Silverstone. Let's see how the day unfolds. Mante flies by there up the start straight. So let me just show you a little bit of what's going on. Of course, today's outing is about the Shmeemobile, my Ford GT, already a car that you're seeing a lot of on the channel, but this is one that is so special to me, which is why I want to make the most of this at every possible opportunity. And I've given you some hints already that later this year it's going to be traveling around the world to visit some of the greatest racetracks. So we had to start here at Silverstone. So parked in some pretty good company as well. 488 GTB, McLaren 675LT Coupe, Aston Martin DB11, 458, I think challenge car. You can see a 600LT Coupe, sorry, just up there as well. Plenty of other things going on. Speciale, just come past this direction, we have a McLaren Senna. I'm sure some of you will say, why haven't I brought my Senna today? Well, I knew this one was going to be here and I wanted to take the GT for an outing. So no doubt that would be quicker around the track, but it's not all about lap times, it's about having fun. And I'm looking forward to seeing how much fun the owner of this has today. A very cool green 675LT Spider, and that car actually was at Topaz back when I was having my 675LT Spider done with the PPF film. So that was there at the same time, but we've got a 720S, GT3 RS, an Aston Vantage, a 650S. You get the point. We're surrounded here at Greystone GT by some epic cars, and I think this is going to be quite a fun day ahead. So let's just enjoy some action for a moment before jumping into the GT to take it out for some laps. How cool is this then? Seeing this car here at the track. Of course, I had many fond memories with that, and as many of you know, I now own the owner of this car's old GTC4Lusso. That's become part of my collection. Also, that purple Mante looks really nice in the light blue, but cerulean blue, I'm so pleased I chose the colour again for the Senna. Just seeing this car, we'll be able to see more of it later on. Absolutely mega. Here we go then, it is time. Let's get the car started up. Now, I've done a stint already, I've had some sighting laps, I've had a little bit of time to get my eye in. We need to pop the car into track mode, so a toggle, a press, down we go, the wing shoots up. I'm going to put it into manual, but basically keeping the car pretty much how it's set up. Now, this is a day for fun, it is not a race, which means overtaking is by consent on the left, certain different rules. We're all in our privately owned vehicles, you want to be careful at the end of the day. Now, I'm down to 58% of fuel, so that might be my limitation, but let's go into gear, handbrake off. The car has been running, so it's nice and warm. Carefully pull out, of course, lids are on, and that's actually one thing that's oh, that's cool. P1 GTR just pulled out in front up at the end of the pit lane. I'm probably not going to be able to catch him. Helmets. One of the things that's a small problem with this car is that it is so low to the ground that when you have your helmet on, you have to kind of slouch down and squish yourself in. It's basically designed, I think, more as a road car in the amount of space that it has inside. You are sat like really straight down towards your feet. So here we go. I need to pop it actually back into manual. I didn't quite have that set correctly. First gear as we head on out then, show the wristband, and go out onto the full Silverstone Grand Prix circuit, all 3.5 miles or so. I think it's 3.66 miles to be precise around the track that I have driven before. Lucky enough to have had a few outings here. We'll need to get a bit of heat into the tyres before we can properly open it up, but I don't think I've actually, anytime recently, driven the full circuit, so takes some getting used to. It is long, it is complicated, it is high speed. There are some very good runoff areas, but we would rather not have to use them. And I think we're following a GT3 RS 4 litre to get things started at the moment. So start putting the foot down. Head on through, he's hanging out wide to the right. this corner actually, where it unwinds when you come around towards the exit, and you use the run-off curves on the other side. And that would be our pit entry as well there. Not going into the pits this time around, we'll do a couple of laps. Oh yes, just starting to get a feel for this car. The grip that it has. Width of the track here, you've got to avoid the temptation to come in too early. As we unwind down the start straight, look flat again. Oh yes. What a car, and what a place to drive it. The home of motorsport here in the United Kingdom at Silverstone. Truly mega. So we coast back, no brake, pull up, have a little reflect on how awesome this has been. It is a fair bit quieter now here in the pit lane. It's the lunch break, so all of the cars are lined up, posed for some photos, but this is the opportunity to be reunited with this car again. Of course, you guys saw it, I think last summer when we saw the car in the car park at the Goodwood Festival of Speed, but this was the Shmeemobile back in 2015. I actually had a track outing with this car at Spa, and yeah, here it is being enjoyed here at Silverstone as well. The colour is just stunning on this, honestly. If I can say so myself, think that I spec'd it very well. Certainly a car that's being enjoyed, and awesome to have it here with the GT. So I'm going to have a tuition lap after lunch to learn a little bit more. Then what I'd love to do is get those two cars out together on the track. I just think it would be epic to be driving with the LT Coupe and with the GT, so fingers crossed that's going to be happening as well. But yes, some really nice cars at this end, but let's also go have a quick look at what's inside the pit garages. Yeah, that's interesting. Aston Martin DBS Superleggera, I think maybe doing some testing here on the Silverstone track during the lunchtime. Not sure what they're up to, but nonetheless, let's keep coming through this way. This is actually a pretty cool view as well. We've got another LT with a scoop, we've got a DB11, we've got a few McLarens, Ferraris, Porsche Carrera GT tucked back there. Yeah, and the weather's actually holding back. We thought it might be a little bit grayer today, but it's seemingly lovely. In here then, we've got a 458 challenge. We've also got a 488 challenge, another 458 challenge as well. So those are being run by the FF Corsa race team. There's a bit of a mix of the race cars and the road cars. Then we've got a Ginetta race car 2, 570S GT4. I can hear the noise. I suppose that is our DBS coming flying by again. Then you've got the Greystone GT kind of hospitality area. That's one of the fun things about this kind of day. You get to kind of chill and just be amongst other people. Coming on through, we've got a 12C. Then we've got this little setup here that's really quite impressive. So 650S GT3, I've seen that out on track, looked epic. 570 GT4s, McLaren P1 GTR, that thing is absolutely mental. And then yeah, not exactly sure what that is, but it's been quite cool to see it out on the track as well. So you can see the variety, but for me, today is about the GT, so let's find out what's going to be happening next. The really fun thing about what we're going to do now, I'm going to pop the car back into track mode, I've just had some tuition laps, is that we're going to drive with the LT. So I'm going to be following the 675LT, which I cannot wait to see in action. You can see the wing doing a little dance there as it calibrates every time you start it up. So old Shmeemobile, new Shmeemobile, driving together, and these two cars are probably fairly evenly matched in terms of performance. Yes, the GT is going to be a touch faster, I would say. Certainly should be a little bit, but if you think about power, pretty similar. 675 horsepower, 656 horsepower, weight about the same. The LT might actually be a touch lighter. Just got to show the wristband. And we're in manual, and out onto the track we go. This is not a race in any way, just a little bit of driving for a bit of fun. GT3RS just went by. Out onto the track we go, just to see the LT in action again, really. To see it on the move, being enjoyed, driven and used, as it should be. Very similar performance. Cool to see the LT's wing go up, there into the air brake. As we go onto the anchors, down through the gears. This is a corner you can ride so much more than I was at first. It's been really interesting actually to learn the lines. Here, for example, taking a bit of a V into this corner means that you can exit with a slightly quicker speed. What an awesome day to be able to do this. Super cool. Go down early, get the pace. Wow. Tack through, we squeeze. Now, I'm going to unleash it a little bit more. Use what the GT is made of. This is crazy actually how quickly it can catch up with the GT3RS. Exhausting these tyres, and I do need to get the car back home as well. So cool to drive with the LT, so cool. We've got some of the race cars coming through. Let's let the 458 through as well. Oh wow, you see those guys coming, they are so quick. Of course, slick tyres, perfectly at home here on this kind of track. And here am I clinging on without using any brakes. Going through maggots into Beckett's. Here we are then, back in the pit lane. Yup, P1 GTR just cruises by. The Carrera GT at the end's been out as well for some laps, which has been sounding epic. Those guys heading on out. But what a session that was with these two together. So much fun, a run down memory lane, but also a really exciting drive. And yeah, just really cool. As we've got a Cayman GT4. Sounding good. P1 GTR just going back into the pit garage. What a day. I'm back out again, but something epic is about to happen. So I am going to pull on over, indicate to let a faster car come through, and yeah, Carrera GT! Carrera GT! That thing is so epic! And yeah, he's on it. He's driving it hard as well. Wow. I love the CGT, one of my favourite cars ever. Very, very brave to drive a car like that hard on a racetrack. drive faster in Forza and Gran Turismo and all the computer games, but this isn't exactly bad. So we get onto the red line, use the car as it was built to be used, and then slam on the brakes here. So much stopping power. In fact, I've overdone it. I didn't need to stop that hard. These corners, as I lose my voice, just mega. Oh wow. Now can we cling on tight here? Cling on, pull it back in. Oh, I'm feeling the edge. Use that power. Yeah, I'm cornering at like 130 miles per hour by the exit. Up to 150 there actually. I'm going into concentration mode so much right now. As you can probably appreciate with the speed at which we're carrying through this track here. Oh, it's raining harder now. It's the anchors. Clinging tight. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is me done for now. Cool down lap. Amazing, amazing day. And in fact, I'm going to run my wipers. Little toggle on the steering wheel because, yeah, it started to rain. Oh, what a lot of fun. Into the pit lane then for the last time today. But we've chased my old 675LT, chased the Carrera GT, had a 650S GT3 blasting by, and had some fun with plenty of other epic cars today. I, for one, am not complaining in the slightest. I have driven safely in the right environment for a special car like this, an irreplaceable car like this, without feeling under pressure, no racing, nothing that makes you nervous. I felt well looked after, there's been good hospitality. I only have good things to say about Greystone GT, and they're not paying me to say that. Genuinely, what an epic day out. So we'll keep the car running for a moment, pop it up into sport, just to lift it up. Won't put the handbrake on straight away because it's pretty hot. But yeah, 2 proper thumbs up. That was an incredible experience, and this car, I'm just building the memories with it. I think it's going to have to be a very, very long-term keeper, if not forever. The weather has turned pretty much against us, but that was forecast, so no big surprises there. All I can say though is what an experience with the Ford GT. Here today with Greystone GT, a fantastic event, lots of opportunity to explore the car safely and have a good time. That's what it's all about, and I hope you guys are enjoying my story with the Ford GT, driving it, how Ford, I think, intended this car to be used when they allowed me to have an allocation. All the cars though getting their tyres sorted out at the end of the day, getting them reinflated where required. LT, that was the noise at the start of the Carrera GT as well. Yeah, it's been a really good fun day. I had an amazing time. So big thanks to everyone who has been here today and been part of it. And what an opportunity as well to see the LT, to drive with the LT, to chase my old car in my new car. Of course, my LT back home in the garage. But still, what a really nice looking car. Great to see it. Anyway, thank you very much again to Greystone GT. Thank you to you guys for watching as always. I hope you've enjoyed the video. For now though, I better get out of the rain, and I will see you again very soon. Cheers.